This is the book of Ezekiel 11, 1 through 2. Ezekiel 11, 1 through 2, right? And let's read it. It says, moreover, the Spirit lifted me up. The Spirit. Shalawam. Shalawam, King. Shalawam. Shalawam, King. Shalawam, King. Shalawam, King. All praises to the Most High. Right? Shalawam, King. All praises. All right? Shalawam. Shalawam. Shalawam, bear with me. Alright, bear with me. I'm gonna go back. Alright. So, Ezekiel 11 and 1 through 2, he said, moreover, the Spirit lifted me up and brought me unto the east gate of the Lord's house. So, in the temple, pretty much. So, it's referring to the temple, right? Which will be established in Jerusalem when the kingdom will be set up again, when Yahawashi, when he returned, right? Right now, we ain't got it, right? Our temple is that temple right now is that sanctuary. He said, which look at eastward, and behold, at the door of the gate, 5 and 20 men. So 25, pretty much is 25, okay? Keep in mind, it's 25 people, okay? He said, among whom I saw Yazaniah, the son of Azul, and Pelatiah, the son of Benaiah, princes of the people. Verses 2, then said he unto me, son of man, these are the men that devise the mischief and give wicked counsel in this city. So this was happening among our own people, man. You see that? This was happening among our own people. This was happening among our own people, right? So there was the angel of the Most High talking to who? To the prophet Ezekiel, to show him those that were deceiving our people, those always teaching lies. You see what I'm saying? They're always, telling the people. Is that right now? They're using some of these so-called black celebrity to convince our nation, to convince our people to go down in the bed with Esau. You see? They're using people like, cross-dresser like Tyler Perry. You see what I'm saying? Oprah Winfrey. There used to be like a lot of these Christian pastors. They're using them of our own people so that they can go in bed with Esau. Right? You see that? Because they don't care about the sheep of the Most High. They don't care about the flocks of the Most High. They're using like money driven. You see what I'm saying? People like, how do you call that guy? Steve Harvey. You see what I'm saying? It's like unbelievable, man. Our people, oh my God, our people, we off, man. We off. We super off as a nation. Sometimes, man, I've been looking at weakness, man. It's just too much, man. Right? Because our people don't want to act the same thing. He said, then say he unto me, who? The angel of the Most High that was communing with who? The prophet Ezekiel. He said, then say he unto me, son of man, these are the men that devise a mischief and give wicked counsel in this city. Which city? Jerusalem. So where are they doing it right now? They're doing it in West Africa. They're doing here in America. They're doing Babylon the Great. They're doing in Salvador, Peru, Haiti, Jamaica, in Canada, and the list goes on and on now. That's what they do. They give wicked counsel, right? They devise weakness in the night and they bring it out. Let's go to Micah, because the Most High revealed unto the prophet Micah. Let's go to Micah, and this still wants to address our people in Esau. Because Esau is the one doing it. Esau is the one trying to give everybody the mark of the beast. And we're going to go into it. We're going to give warning and understanding to our people, man. If you are a so-called blacks, Latino, and Native Indian, according to your father, listen, this message to you, man. Repent and be converted. Repent and be converted. For this is Jacob trouble. Jeremiah 13:7. This is Jacob trouble. This is Jacob trouble. We ain't got no time to play game, man. That's why you see the brother on Facebook, Twitter, the brother coming out, man, day and night. Listen, the brother, they're slaying, they're bringing out the word of the Most High, man, heavily. So let's go to Micah chapter 2. This is the book of Micah chapter 2, and let's read from verses 1, right? So this is unto who? Elon Musk, man. He's plotting. He said he want to go in the moon. He want to go hide. He want to send people into the space, things like that. Guess what, man? Though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, listen, the Most High say he'll bring you down, buddy. Esau, Edom, hey, the Most High say he'll bring you down. Be all you want to be. Do all your weakness. Because right now it's your kingdom. So you can get to enjoy it. That's fine, Esau. Enjoy, do what you got to do. Do all your weakness you want to do, right? Do all your evil you want to do. It's all good. Because your time is not, man. Your time is short right now. You're running out of time, Esau. Esau is running out of time. So he's putting up like more gears. He putting up gear so he want to speed up. Because he know that he got what? Short time. So Micah 2:1, he said, woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon the bed. So that's what they do. So overnight, because that thing didn't just pop out to his mind. He got counselor, right? He got touched, Proverbs by the government. The government let me, okay, we need you. Elon Musk, can you push for this? Okay, then they'll tell Google. Google, can you push for this? Okay, then they'll tell who? Amazon, can you push for this? Then they'll turn to who? Facebook. Okay, listen, can you push for this? That's how it works, man. They're all working for the New World Order, man. This all linked to the New World Order. That's what Esau put on the dollar bill, man. Right? Do I have a dollar bill with me? I thought I do have like one. But guess what? On the dollar bill, when you take your dollar bill, they tell you, Nuevo Orden Seclorum, the New World Order, man. The New World Order is all leading to the mark of the beast. This is all leading to the mark of the beast. But people don't believe it. Israel don't believe. He said, woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon the bed. When the money is light, they practice it because it is in the power of their hand. So right now it's in the power of Esau. It is in the power of Elon Musk. That's why he's able to do it. Because once the kingdom is established, right, and the power be given to the brother, to the Israelite, right, to the elect, to those that will be the 144, and those that will be saved among the 12 of Israel, guess what? Esau can't do that. So right now it's his kingdom, right? It's his kingdom right now. But brother and sister, please, man, this is love, man. Do not take the mark of the beast. Do not take the mark of the beast. The 6666 is the mark of a man. Which man? Esau, Edom. Esau, Edom. Keep in mind, man, he's the fourth beast, man. Mighty, powerful. He's like breaking with teeth and the claws, all things, man. That's Esau right there. So keep in mind. The Most High said, don't take it. We're going to go into it now. We're going to it. He said, they practice it because it is in the power of their hand. So right now, the power is in the hand of who? Elon Musk. The power is in the hand of Esau, Edom. The power is in the hand of the wicked, right? Verses 2, and they covered field. So what do? They cover field. They stole land. Land must not belong to them. They steal it. And they claim it for days. That's what they did. That's what Esau did. Right? They took land, things that don't belong to them. Right? That's Esau right there. They take things that don't belong to them. You see what I'm saying? That's just Esau right there. Right? Esau take things that don't belong to him and claim it for his. Right? And that's what the scripture say. He said, and they cover field. Because when you covet something, that means not yours, but you take it. By violence, bloodshed, things like that, right? He said, and they cover field and take them by violence. You see? You see that? You see how the Most High is on point? He said they cover field, man, and they take them by violence. How did Esau took over this land? Violence, bloodshed. Since 1492, man. 1492. How did they took over South Africa? The apartheid things like that, man. How did they took over the land? Violence, bloodshed. That's what Esau was planning to do to Maduro in Venezuela, right? But the Most High did not allow it. The Most High did not allow. The Most High may allow it through the new Pharaoh. Maybe, who knows? Hey, it's all the will of the Most High. But we're telling Maduro to repent and keep God's commandment, man, because he's our people, man. Maduro, he needs to repent and keep God's commandment. Maduro needs to repent so the Most High can watch over him, man. He needs to repent so the Most High can deliver him more. Because if he does not repent, though he know who is his enemy, guess what? The Most High will deliver him into the hand of the wicked. Right? So let's keep that in mind. He said, and houses, and take them away. What did they do to the native Indian? What did they do to Northern Kingdom? What did they do to our forefathers from West Africa to here? Right? Let's see. And take them away. So they oppress a man in his house, even a man in his heritage. You see that? You see that? That's what I've been telling you, man. They oppress a man in his heritage. Who did they do that to? The so-called blacks, Latino, and Native Indian. Throughout the full corner of this earth. They've done it to all the other nations. They oppressed the East Indian for over 200 years. They oppressed the Egyptians. They oppressed everybody. Esau, he's just Esau. Right? Therefore, thou said the Lord, behold, against this family do I devise an evil, from which ye shall not remove your necks, neither shall ye go hardly. For this time is evil. So the time is coming, man. Evil time is coming. Perilous time. We draw nigh perilous time, man. We draw nigh perilous time. Let's read it. This is the book of 2 Timothy. Okay, 2 Timothy chapter 3 and verses 1 through 2. Right? He said, this know also that in the last day perilous time shall come, for men shall be lovers of their own self, covetous, boaster, proud, blasphemer, disobedient to parents, unthankful, unholy, without natural affection, truce breaker, false accusers, incontinent, fierce, despiser of those that are good, traitor, heady, high-minded, lovers of pleasure more than lovers of Yahweh, having a form of godliness, but denying the power thereof. From such turn away. So we got to turn away from these wicked people, man. We don't want to walk the way they walk. We don't want to follow them. We want to follow who? Yahawashi Mashiach. We just want to follow who? Yahawashi Mashiach. Let's keep that in mind. Only who? Mashiach. We don't want to follow no politician. For what? We don't want to follow them. We don't want to follow them. Okay? We don't want to follow them, right? Let's go right here in the book of Esther, right? Because Esau, they always plotting things against Israel, man. Right? Let's go to Esther 9 and verses 25. This is the spirit of a righteous sister, a righteous woman back in those days. Right? And we see a lot of our sisters, they're waking up and they're humbling themselves down. They're putting off that old garment, right? They're putting off that old garment and they're putting on a brand new garment. It's a beautiful thing, sis. Keep it up, sis. Continue to be more righteous, man. Obey your head. Obey your Lord. Obey your husband, right? And keep it at home, man. Keep it at home. Then the Most High shall uplift you. And that's the message we're giving to our sister, to our mother. Those are our auntie, man. Those are our cousins. This message unto you, sis. You know, you wake up, you in this truth. Keep it righteous, man. Keep it, push it up. Continue to push it. Stay diligent, man. Continue to be meek, humble. And continue to learn from your Lord, from your head. That's the Most High, that's the Most High. Then the Most High will bless you. Still, you got to continue in childbearing. Then shall we be saved. Then shall the woman be saved. That's what the scripture says. So Esther 9:25, let's read it. This is the book of Esther chapter 9 and verses 25. He said, but when Esther came before the king, he commanded by letter that his wicked device, which he devised against the Jew, should return upon his own head. You see that? This is a righteous sister. This is a righteous sister. She came before the king. She was not scared. Like many of our people today, the spirit of our people, they're cool, man. You know, we hate to use this word, but we got to use it sometime, man. Our people sell out, man, just for the money, man. They'll do anything, man. Our people do anything, okay? Our people do anything, man, just for the money. Just for the green pepper, man. The green pepper, they'll do anything. He said, but when Esther, righteous woman, righteous mother, righteous foremother, great-great-great-great-grandmother, Esther, and she was what? A prophetess of the Most High. Yes, the Most High sometimes speak to the woman, like Rebecca, speak to Sarah, and the list goes on and on and on. Right? Let's continue to say, but when Esther came before the king of war, Mid-Persia, right? He said, he commanded, right, by letter, that his wicked device, which he devised against the Jew, against the so-called blacks, Latino, and Native Indian. We're always the target of this nation, man. We're always the target of this nation. But our people don't understand. They don't believe it. We are always the target of this nation. He said, should return upon his own head, and that he and his son should be hanged on the gallows. You see? So this devil, he plotted against us. Right? He plotted against us. But what did Moses do? He returned upon his own head. Right? Let's go right here. Let's go in the book of Psalms chapter 10. Let's go to the book of Psalms chapter 10. Let's go to Psalm chapter 10. This is the book of Psalm chapter 10, and we're going to read verses 1 through 2. Just to address still the wicked, right? This is the book of Psalm chapter 10, verses 1 through 2. Why standeth thou afar off? Why can't we get nigh to the Most High? Because our hand is bloody. We're doing wickedness. We're doing evil, right? So we can't follow the way of the wicked. Like, the wicked, what is he doing? He's coming up with what? The cryptocurrency. Bitcoin, he investing 1.3 billion. So that can lead to what? To the mark of the beast. To the mark of the beast. Right? He said, why hidest thou thyself in time of trouble? Right? So actually this was literally David asking the Moses. He said, why standest thou afar off, O Lord? Why hidest thou thyself in time of trouble? So this is the time of trouble right now. Salakia, we are in the time of trouble right now. This is the time of trouble right now. It's the trouble right now, right? He said, the wicked in his pride does persecute the poor. And that's what's happened to us. They're persecuting who? The so-called blacks, Latino, and Native Indian. Because our people don't believe it. They don't understand it. He said, let them be taken in the devices that they have imagined. So guess what? Let them fall in their own weakness. Whatsoever they're plotting against the children of the Most High, let them fall in their own weakness. Let's go to Psalm 33. Psalm 33. Let's go over there. This is the book of Psalm, chapter 33, and we read verses 10. Psalm 33 and 10. This is the book of Psalm, chapter 33, and verses 10. The Lord bringeth the counsel of the hidden to naught. So the counsel of Elon Musk, the Most High will bring it to naught. The Most High will overthrow it. Whatsoever Elon Musk is plotting, the Most High will overthrow it. Whatsoever Esau, Edom is plotting, or they are plotting all together against the Most High, against Yahawashi Mashiach, against the anointed one of the Most High, hey, Yahweh will overthrow it. The Most High, Yahweh, Abba, our Father, He is going to bring to naught all your evil plan, all your evil devices. Listen, the Most High, He said, this is what He read. He said, He maketh the devices of the people of none effect. You see? So whatsoever they're plotting to do against us is not going to work. He said, the counsel of the Lord standeth forever, the thought of his heart to all generations. So we got to keep that in mind, to all generations. But sometimes people will lack faith. We're faithless. So what happened? We don't believe the thing. We don't believe, like we want to be like, what is that brother name? So the brother, though they told him Yahawashi was resurrected on the third day and appeared to the other brother, guess what? He didn't believe it. He said, until he sees, man, he will not believe it. You see that? That's why Yahawashi rebuked him. When you go in the book of John, chapter 22, Yahawashi, he rebuked him. He corrected him and told him, blessed are they that believe without sin. So keep in mind. Let's go to Proverbs 6:18. Proverbs chapter 6, verses 18. This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 6, and verses 18. And it reads, it says, in heart that devise a wicked imagination. Who is doing that? Musk, Tesla. Hey. Feet that be sweet swift in running to mischief. They always want to do evil. Esau always, right now, I don't get it, man. Esau, I mean, sometimes, we be daydreaming like Esau might change. No, man, a snake is a snake. A snake is a snake. Listen, it ain't matter what you're going to do. A snake will still be a snake. A lion will still a lion. Though he humble himself and he crouch down, he's a lion. He'll still be a lion. That's the Most High, that's the Most High. Right? Let's go right here. So this is the main reason why we gotta keep this in mind. Let's go in the book of Revelation chapter 13 first. Let's go right there. Revelation chapter 13, and we're gonna read verses 1 through 18, right? I may jump here and there. This is the book of Revelation, chapter 13 and verses 1. And I stood upon the sand of the sea and saw a beast rise up out of the sea. So now when you see it say beast, is referring to who? Esau, Edom, the Roman Empire. The Roman Empire. Okay, let's keep in mind. It's having 7 horns. So when you want to understand this, you go in the book of Daniel chapter 7. Go to Daniel chapter 7 and you read it. Read Daniel chapter 7, then you get understanding. Daniel chapter 7, you can go to the book of 2 Ezra chapter 11 and 12. It talk about the beast, the eagle, that 4th beast. Okay? So let's keep that in mind. He said, and saw a beast rise up out of the sea, having 7 heads. You see that? The 7 heads, having 7 heads and 10 horns, and upon his horn 10 crowns. So you got what? You got all these, I'll say, country that was set up by these Edomite. All these kingdom that was set up by this Edomite in Europe, right? All the things that take hold on to, right? And you got them ruling over all, listen, the whole world, all the pretty much 7 continents. You know what I mean? They're ruling over the 7 continents or major land mass throughout the whole earth. Africa, Asia, Middle East, Europe, North America, South America. You got New Zealand, Australia. Listen, they're ruling, whole world. Okay, let's continue. He said, and the beast which I saw was like unto a leopard. Why? Because when you go to Daniel chapter 7, it's all well, like, broken down right there. Because Daniel, the Most High revealed him in a dream, in a vision, the kingdom or the nation that will be ruling. So it was 4 beasts. The first one was the Babylonian Empire. After the Babylonian, then you got the Mede-Persia. After the Mede-Persian, you got the Greek Empire. And then after the Greek Empire, the Roman, which is literally Esau, Edom. So, however, the 4th beast was not expounded onto Daniel. Daniel saw all the first 3 beasts, but the 4th he didn't see. So the Most High kept it and revealed unto who? To our forefather, the prophet Esdras. Right? So let's keep that in mind. So that's what it's referring to, right? He said, like unto leopard, and his feet are the feet of a bear. So when you take a look at America, or the so-called white people, you'll notice that what do they have? They have all the future of all the other kingdom that were on the earth already prior to them. They have all the characteristics, all the weakness that was being done throughout the Babylonian kingdom, the Mede-Persian. The Greeks, they got it. And they got the Egyptian. They got the Chaldean. Esau got all those things. He heaped unto himself all this weakness. Right? So the 4th beast right here is referring to is Edom, is Esau, which later turned himself and called himself Roman Empire. Right? We know he's Esau. His feet were as the feet of a bear. His mouth as the mouth of a lion. And the dragon gave him his power and his seat and great authority. So you see, and that's what happened. You see that? So Satan gave his power unto Esau to operate. And that's the main reason why, if you pay attention, you notice that Esau, everything they do is always awkward. Like, it's always like weird. Whatsoever they do, You see what I'm saying? Everything that they do is sometimes I don't get it. It's just beyond my understanding. Until the Most High will give me, it's beyond my understanding. I'm just blown away straight up by the way Esau operates, right? The way Esau operates is is scary. Esau is so cunning. He got so much devices, Esau. Imagine that, right? Let's continue. He say, and I saw one of his head as he were wounded to death. So the Roman Empire, when it fell, it was broken into two. Then you got one in Italy, Rome, and the other one were war in Turkey, right? It was in Turkey, right? Let's keep in mind, it was split into two, right? You got two major rulers in the same kingdom. For that's why Yahawashi, what he said, the Most High say, for a kingdom that is divided against itself shall not stand, cannot stand. So it was broken to pieces, into two pieces, and later it was broken more into more pieces, 10 pieces, then 15, and things like that. The European Union. So keep in mind, the European Union, America, New Zealand, etc. The list goes on and on and on. He said, and I saw one of his head as he were wounded to death. His deadly wound was healed, and all the world wondered after the beast. You see, that's what's happening. So the Roman Empire, though he fell, was split into two, where you got two different locations, operating. So you got one in Rome, and you got the other one in Turkey, right? So what happened was that it regained again the strength. How? So when they became again, I'll say, independent from, their forefather. So they call themselves France, Germany, England, and the list goes on and on and on. So he regained again his strength. So his wound was healed. That's why he was cut right here. Guess what? After a couple of days, maybe 6 days, 8 days, maybe 2 weeks, the wound was fully healed. Right? He say, as they were wounded to death, his deadly wound was healed, and all the world wondered after the beast. So if you take a look very well, what the Most High is saying is that most nation, everybody that worship Esau, whether you believe it or not, right? I was just right here, standing right here, right? So I got a couple construction truck just pull up right here near to me, and it's a white van, right? So what you notice, guess what? So it was Northern Kingdom in the van. Then Esau walked up to him. And Esau was talking to him, and his Northern Kingdom looking like he was lost, man. Like he was scared. Because Esau was giving him more instruction what to do. But Esau won't do the work. Okay? But Esau will not do the work. He just tell our people what to do. He just give them what they got to do. You got to do this, you got to do that. Right? So it's so sad to see that. Because everybody, whether the East Indian, right? Right? The Ishmaelite, the Moabite, the Ammonite, the Hagarene, the Hamite, the Hamite, Cushite, they worship Esau. Everybody bow down to Esau. Everybody. I'm going to read it again because that's the thing a lot of people don't understand, right?